Hey man, y'all gotta hold up, man. I ain't never seen snow. I'm a Florida boy. I'm straight out of Florida though. Hey man, I ain't never seen snow.
Rapper YNW Melly, well, he wasn't kidding around when he rapped Murder on My Mind. This dude, he's gotten himself caught up in some serious sicko charges. He's been accused of killing 2 of his lifelong friends and fellow YNW members. I'm talking YNW Juvy and YNW Sakchaser, and this was back in October. Now, I know the rap game, it's tough, but you don't need to kill your own crew. Now, speaking on Breaking Bad, well, Netflix, it looks like they're gonna be creating a movie based on the show. Blac Chyna and Soulja Boy, yeah, that's become a thing, just in time for Valentine's Day. And 21 Savage, well, he's taking aim at Donald Trump. Also, the rap community, well, they've turned on Gucci and they're burning all their goods. We'll have all this and more in just a second.
I'm in the hospital.
You lie so much.
Just send the location.
I'm number 1.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden, and welcome back to Famous News. Now, it's a wild news day. We've got a lot in store for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. We also missed out on doing the news yesterday because I did something crazy. I went into downtown Toronto during a snowstorm, and we were talking about the chair girl, who turned out to be a total babe. She's gonna be getting a lot of DMs today because it's Valentine's Day. Also, I hope you guys have a lovely one. I've got a very fancy date planned for myself.
Oh, yeah. Sure, I think you should take a look at... Whoa!
No! What? Anyway, let's get into the news. Rapper YNW Melly, who recently collaborated with Kanye West, well, he's been charged with murder of 2 of his friends, YNW Juvy and YNW Sakchaser. According to police, now Melly, he shot the men in what was a staged drive-by shooting, and these were his lifelong friends. They were also members of his collective. Now another member, YNW Borland, well, he then drove the vehicle to the hospital where both men were pronounced dead. Now, according to investigators, the 2, they staged a Jeep drive-by shooting, but it was actually them who carried out the deed. Now, both of the departed, they were actually featured in Melly's documentary video, which was posted to his YouTube channel, and this was filmed just a few days before this all went down.
It's small thinkers where I'm from. To them in Gifford, to be successful is just a job, a house, and probably Vero somewhere, our little somewhere, like an out-of-town house.
Now via Instagram, Melly, he released this before he turned himself in. To all my fans and supporters, no, I did not get locked up in Washington, but I am turning myself in today. I want you guys to know I love you and appreciate every single one of y'all. A couple months ago, I lost my 2 brothers by violence, and now the system wants to find justice. Unfortunately, a lot of rumors and lies are being said, but no worries. God is with me and my brothers, YNW Borland, and we want y'all to remember it's a YNW family. I love you. And then he tagged his 2 departed friends. Now this story, it's obviously gonna keep unfolding, so we'll keep you up to date on everything as it happens. What really upsets me is that this kid was only 19 years old. He had absolutely everything you could ever hope for in front of him, and whether these charges are legit or not, he's really messed things up for himself. Now this news story, it's too real, and I hope it's not true. Also, this next generation of rap stars, they seem to be getting into a lot of trouble, making a lot of headlines. There may be some kind of crackdown, but we have seen what's happened in rap before. It was almost like parlayed into the music. This is playing out way too frequently, too much guns, too much violence. It's great for the music videos, but when it gets this real, people dying, it's just not a good look. It's problematic for everyone that's living on the internet, making us look bad. Now, we've actually done it before. They were famous on YNW Melly just a couple months ago, and Jeremy, my host out in LA, he had a full interview that happened just a couple months after these 2 men passed away. It's kind of eerie now looking back on it. I'm gonna leave links to both of these down below.
How much money are you counting right there?
This ain't money, it's like 12,000.
Just light. Since you got so much, just like, do you think you could like send some just through Venmo to me? Like.
Alright, it's Valentine's Day, so let's talk about some celebrity couples. Who do we got? Blac Chyna. She's done with Kid Boo and she's moved on to a man with more Instagram followers. We're talking about Soulja Boy. Yeah, the 2 hit it off in the DMs and they've been seen attending Grammy parties together. Now he's come up with a name for them as a couple, Draco Chyna. I don't know if that's gonna stick. And Blac Chyna, she really keeps moving up the rap clout ladder. I wonder who's gonna be next.
Drake? Drake?
Now 21 Savage has finally been released after what seemed like forever, and ICE, they have dropped the charges, but what has come to light is that they really wanted to get him. They had been following for quite some time. Now TMZ sources, they state that this was a long calculated sting, and they also kept him detained as long as they possibly could. Now 21's application to stay in the US, it will be processed, and it's virtually certain that he will be approved to become an American citizen or get his visa. He qualifies on all counts. The man's been here for over 10 years. He's got kids in the country. He's got no convictions. He should be good to go. The only thing standing in his way now is Donald Trump. It turns out that Trump, he changed the immigration policies from when Obama and Bush were in power, and his rules are to deport people who have a pending or visa application in process when they're arrested. Now 21, I think he's got enough friends in high places that he's gonna be able to, stay here in America. I hope that happens. If it doesn't, well, it'll probably be a good thing for UK hip hop, right? They'll have a new star. I mean, Skepta's had the crown for way too long. All they got, who? Big Shaq? There's no one else. Now there's also been a huge backlash from hip hop stars, including Soulja Boy and 50 Cent. They're all teaming up against Gucci because, the whole blackface fiasco. They put out a sweater that no one was into. Well, now they're burning all the Gucci they have.
Man, what's the Gucci shit you got on them, man? I'll see it from here. Wait, spit on it. Spit on it. Oh, good.
The Lil Pump, who's essentially a brand ambassador for Gucci, well, he states that he's turned his back on the brand. That don't mean he ain't gonna be rapping Gucci Gang though. You know that song, It Pays the Bills. He was also seen in Los Angeles giving out pizzas, well, to the less fortunate. Now Breaking Bad will be returning to television or Netflix, and the film, it will be starring Aaron Paul with Vince Gilligan as writer, producer, and director. Now the premise is the escape of a kidnapped man and his quest for freedom. Now this is amazing news for fans of good content. What an epic show it was. And we're gonna see Jesse Pinkman right after he escaped the neo-Nazi camp, and we're gonna find out what he gets up to. That poor kid, he really, he's got a lot of pain he's got to deal with. Now, if anyone wants to see Heisenberg or Bryan Cranston return to this film, it's very unlikely. They really left him dead. What can they do with that? I hope they don't ruin an amazing project by trying to squeeze him back in and doing something unrealistic. Wouldn't be a good look. Now moving on to what's trending on YouTube, we have Frozen 2, the official trailer. It's dropped. I've never seen the original film, but I got a feeling we're gonna be deep in whatever songs they pack into this thing. The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, it's coming to the Nintendo Switch. I checked out the game. I actually feel like this is a bit of a step backwards. They've gone so far, they've done so much stuff that's epic, and this reminds me of something you would play on Super Nintendo NES. Regardless, that Zelda music, it's mesmerizing. Someone burn me a CD. I drive around town listening to that. Now Will Smith, he's talked about turning down the role of Neo in The Matrix. I'm really loving this man's story time.
All right, this is one of them stories I'm not proud of, but it's the truth. I did turn down Neo.
Joji, he sat down with GQ to talk about 10 things he can't live without.
I actually wrap it in a shirt all the time because I don't have a case for it, but this is actually the first real mic that I ever bought when I was 16, and it's just a USB mic.
The man doesn't even have a case. I don't know if it gets any more realer than that. Now, it's been an incredible transformation from the artist formerly known as Filthy Frank into the artist we know as Joji. The guy has been doing some big stuff. It's like as soon as Adpocalypse hit, he got the hell out of Dodge and is on to bigger and better things. Now, wrapping things up with who to follow and on the come up. Now, with who to follow, I've been getting more and more DMs and emails than ever before. It's actually becoming a little overwhelming. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle it. I'm gonna have to get someone else on the team to really help me. But there's been some really lovely messages. I got an awesome one from a kid named Zach Factor. Now he told me that he's one of my very first subscribers. He was on this channel back when I only had 1,000 subs. And he wants a digital autograph. Not really sure how to do that, so I'm hoping this shout out will, suffice. He hopes to become the world's first disabled fashion model. I checked out his page, he's a pretty fly dude. And if there's anyone from the modeling world that watches this show, maybe you can help him out. Now with the come up, we have a man by the name of Goose Wayne Batman. Yeah, I saw this man in a PewDiePie video, and then he popped up on my IG. He's got over 100,000 followers, and he claims to be the only real superhero. Now, I've actually seen this before. We have a guy known as Toronto Batman, and then there was Joker 305. I did it before they were famous on that guy. It blew up because all them face tats. People are like, why would you bother? Now, I can't knock these guys too hard because once upon a time, I was actually transitioning into Bane. Became a little obsessed myself. Maybe that's why I put on so much weight. All right, guys, I'm wrapping up this video. Know we have more videos on YNW Melly. If you want to know more, you can check out our Before They Were Famous. You can check out his interview with Jeremy. Let us know who you want us to talk about in the future before they're famous or after they're famous. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in another video. Boom!